Back in 1983, MAGI, the company that did most of the work for TRON, got together with Disney to do a test for a movie called Where the Wild Things Are, based on the Maurice Sendak book. And they wanted 2D character animation to look like it belonged in the world of 3D rendering. I have some friends who worked on this project, and they told me years ago that the goal was to have simple, solid-edged shapes that would be blurred and turned into soft-edged highlights or shadows. The first way is to have an object and to define a highlight region and blur it. But the problem with the blur is that it shrinks in and it grows out. So when you mask it, the highlight doesn't reach all the way to the edge. You can see there's a little bit of a darkness, a little bit of the original color comes through at the edge there, which is not terrible looking. It's kind of solid looking, which is not bad. Another method that they had was to take the shape, create a blurred highlight, and then take the shape itself and blur that so that the blurs were identical, and divide one by the other, which creates a soft edge through the shape and then this region of hard edge all the way outside. And when you mask that against the original shape, you can see it gives you a soft edge through the object and a hard edge out here. Let me do that one more time using some different elements. I have two rectangles in a group and they share common edges. I'm going to blur each layer the same amount. Now I have two layers that are blurred the same amount and they share common edges. So when I set the blend mode to divide, it's a quirk of arithmetic that the blur in one layer is the same as the blur in the other layer, and anything over itself is 100%, which is why those three edges are getting popped up to a hard edge. And the blur in on the short rectangle is being divided by white in the long rectangle, and anything divided by 1 is itself, which is why the blur is being preserved. Now it doesn't look very good because you're seeing a lot of this kind of crappy edge on the side here, but if I mask it against the original long rectangle, you can see that we've preserved 3 sharp edges and a blurry edge.